No, we're going to be reading them, the ones that they give us. So, Manny, if you could head out, and if anybody has a card that's already filled out, just bring them all up and stack them all up, and we'll be going through those as we progress. This is Voiceapalooza, and what we have up here are video game voice actors, just actors basically. In order to be a voice actor, I think you can do voices. A lot of people don't understand that the acting is the most important part of it. So we're going to be stretching ourselves a little bit today. We're going to be reading some movie scripts, but we're going to be doing them using character voices that maybe you're familiar with, maybe you're not. Maybe it's just something we feel like doing. We're going to actually be reciting Green Eggs and Ham today, a little Dr. Seuss, and each of us are going to take a little bit of it as we move forward. And at the end of this, we're going to use your suggestions, and we're going to get names of a game. We're going to get characters. We're going to get a hero, a villain, and we're going to create a video game right here on stage. It will not be good. It's going to be a train wreck, but that's part of the fun.
Yep.
So without any further ado, yeah. It's the whole thing. This whole thing is going to be a spectacular train wreck, and if it isn't, we have not done our jobs right. So we're going to start down on this end, and we're going to introduce everybody. And so if you could introduce yourself, sir, tell us a bit about yourself.
Good morning. I'm Dameon Clarke. I do voices for Handsome Jack, Cell, and Archer and Meatwad. Those last two are not true at all. But Archer would have been great.
Tap that table again.
How's that work?
Here comes the T-Rex.
I'm Jeff Baker. I've done voices for Elder Scrolls, Oblivion, Skyrim, and several other games.
I'm Wes Johnson. I've done same. I've worked on a number of Fallout games, everything from Super Mutants to, Mo Cronin telling you about baseball, if anybody wants to know about baseball, or Shiogora, Daedric Prince of Madness at your service. So I'm really happy to be here in Texas at Let's Play Gaming Expo, and I'm having a blast. I hope you are too.
Hey guys, in the video game space, I play Makoto in P5, A2 in Nier Automata, or Nier Automata, however you choose to pronounce it. I'm Gage in Borderlands 2. I'm Ikri in Horizon Zero Dawn, the DLC. I'm the Quartermaster in Call of Duty World War II. I was in King's Quest. I don't remember anything else off the top of my head right now. Ruby, I do, anime stuff. I'm in Ruby. I'm in Fairy Tail, Sword Art Online, Sailor Moon. I voiced Sailor Venus, and a couple of other things too.
Cherami is young enough to remember all of the games and recite them to you that she's in.
Clearly not, because I spaced right as I sat down.
Jon St. I've done over 200 games. The only one you give a shit about is Duke Nukem, so hail to the king, baby.
All right, Jack.
I'm Martha Harms. I'm the voice of Maya, the siren, in Borderlands 2 and 3. Thanks, man. Yeah, it's pretty great. I've also done voices for video games in Walking Dead Survival Instinct, and Earth Defense Force 5 is my latest. And I've gotten to do motion capture for the latest Doom game in 2016 for the villain, Dr. Olivia Pierce. I do a lot of anime. I just joined the cast of Pokemon last year.
Sweet.
Happy to be here.
All right. Well, without any further ado, what I'm going to, we have these cards. Anyone who's just arrived, if you see a card next to you, or you have a pen, or if you have extra cards and pens around you and want to come up with some extra phrases, we're going to scatter these about right now. Take a couple of them each, pass them around, pass some of those down. Jeff, pass these down this way.
I got some.
Grab a card. You have a couple down there. And we're going to start off, so go ahead and, Damien, if you could open up one and read your first card. Tell us what voice you're going to read it in, and read a card. Oh, you don't know. You'll need one of these.
Okay, then I'm not good. Thank you. Whoever wrote Handsome Jack, thank you. Because that's just my voice. What? I don't know what this is from in the game. Is this you? It's an avocado. Thanks. What is that? Is that from you?
It's a meme.
It's a meme? Can you show it to me?
Oh.
Get out of here.
Oh, man.
She really does. Look.
Explain this for me because I don't know how this happened.
Actually, if you can come over here and let him just read it off of you, what are we doing the card for?
How did this happen?
There you go.
I love watching those videos, by the way. And also the kids that their parents take their candy. And then my favorite was the little girl who was like crying, going, "It's okay, Mom and Dad still love you. You're good parents and I'm blessed." And she's like crying like she hates her life, but she doesn't want to hurt her parents' feelings. And they felt so bad.
What
Good.
other
I mean, what
tattoos
parents
do you
take candy
have?
away from their kids on
What are
Halloween?
the other?
Literally 3
What other
years
tattoos
old.
do you have?
What are the other tattoos?
There's got to
man?
be more good ones than.
What's on the knee?
And is that a cat? Yeah. Cat.
Oh, that's very good artwork.
Great cat. What's the cat's name?
Now, did you draw it on your own ankle and then they tattooed over it, or? Oh, okay.
Are
I was
you
gonna
double
say,
jointed? Why
very
is your foot
flexible.
turning so far? Okay, stand right there and show everybody if you don't mind, because you guys are going to
Yeah,
freak out.
because those
when
of you in
this
the
is
back
So
row didn't see me.
exciting.
Want to stand up and take a look at this.
Okay.
Uh-oh. Okay, this is
Uh-oh.
weird.
Okay,
This is going to
here
get
we go.
weird. Watch her ankles.
Okay. Oh, she's got to stretch for this one.
Well, you got to warm up.
This is going to be hard.
This
to
is
watch.
Flexapalooza.
Oh man.
That's
Yeah,
awesome.
Let's give it
Contorsapalooza.
Yay.
Nice.
Sure.
Is there any pain involved in that? No? Okay.
All right, now you get to read a card, Jeff, and we'll see if anybody has a tattoo of that.
Oh, perfect. That's the new game.
Next time, I want to go to Disneyland.
All right,
I agree.
very nice. And this one right here, I don't know who wrote this, John, but I'm going to do this one as you, if that's okay.
Please.
Oh yes.
Could I have some more Benadryl?
Could I have some more Benadryl?
Okay, which one is mine? Okay. You can certainly try. I don't know what that's from, but you can certainly try to figure it out.
Dameon Clarke. Dicks. I'm talking about dicks. Wes Johnson. Cheese for everyone. Jon St. John. You said it wrong, but. Titty sprinkles. I don't know who wrote it, but I like it.
They wrote the script for you.
How about you?
That's nice.
Oh, thank you.
I got some short ones. So, how do you want to do this? What is that?
Is that from something? How do you want to do this?
From Critical Role.
Oh, okay. So do
okay.
a critical voice.
Can you be more specific?
Laura
I
Bailey,
cannot
Matt-
be.
You can be Matt Mercer.
I'm hungover on Benadryl.
You do it.
I have no idea how to do a Matt Mercer impression.
Nor do I.
I do, but I can't make
Oh
my hair.
yeah, good.
I wouldn't
Do this
that.
one.
Matt's a good guy.
Matt is a great guy. I love that dude.
And then I got it's high noon. I don't know.
All right.
I got one left.
Well, let's hang on to those. Any more phrases you guys want to throw up here that maybe have more than 2 or 3 words? Feel free. We're going to move on to our first movie of the day. This is a Voiceapalooza production. That doesn't mean that we're going to
I got
read
one.
this script.
I got one.
Oh, you have one? All right,
Yeah.
go ahead.
It's actually kind of funny. Okay. Today at the bank, an old lady asked me to check her balance, so I pushed her over.
That's very appropriate for Handsome Jack to
It
say
is,
too.
right? Yeah.
Yeah.
It is.
Oh no, let's hold on to them. We want to save them. We only have so many. We're going to
Okay,
come
we'll
back
save
to
them.
them.
We'll save
All
them.
right, here we go. Let everybody grab your copy of It. Now we've already sort of pre-cast this one, but I need to have somebody who will play the narrator. Who wants to be the narrator of It?
I do.
Martha, you'll be the narrator.
Yeah.
All right. So you will read all of the narration as it goes through. You will be the directions and everything.
All right.
Pennywise in this version, the clown, the evil clown from It, will be played by Duke Nukem.
Your So face, your
ass, what's the difference?
And Georgie, young, sweet Georgie, is going to be played by Haskell Sheagorath Squire. Give us a little Haskell.
Very well. How much Haskell do you need to be pleased?
Oh, that's fantastic.
All right. So, ladies and gentlemen, without any further ado,
Martha, what voice are you going to use for the narrator?
I'm gonna use Maya.
Maya will be narrating. Fantastic.
Fire back.
Ladies and gentlemen, it is now time for the Voiceapalooza players and their production of It.
He peers into the storm drain, water falling into darkness. A dank, hollow sound comes from within, the boat kicking in and out of the shadows. George snakes his arm through the grate, reaching for the boat, his nose pressed against the curb. Just as he's about to get it, a face appears. A greasy, white face. George recoils from the storm drain, spooked. That's when a voice, a sad voice, rises up.
This your boat?
George looks around, hoping someone else is around to hear this. It's just him in the torrential rain. An old woman watches from the window of a house behind the storm drain. Cut 2. POV from the old woman's house. She turns her attention back to her cat, scraping out the wet innards of a can of tuna into a plate on the windowsill. It meows. Back to Georgie.
It's a nice boat. Floats.
George looks back at the drain. Deep inside there, lingering just on the edge of the shadows, is a clown.
That's King.
Sorry, what?
It's a Duke joke.
Got it. Thanks. Not Bozo or Ronald McDonald, but something more old world, freakish, like that of a 19th century acrobat, bald, lithe, almost childlike. Pennywise.
Why are you in the sewer?
The circus said not to say,
How come?
and they don't let me in on that stuff. I just do my tricks for the kids. Tricks for the kids. You look like a nice boy. I'll bet you have a lot of friends.
3, but my brother is my best.
George glances at the paper boat, now kicking between Pennywise's gnarly white feet. Pennywise picks up the boat.
Your best. Is this his boat?
He made it for me.
A big grin swells across Pennywise's face.
That's a good brother. Where is he?
In bed. Sick.
Let me cheer him up. I'll bring you both to the circus.
He won't want to go.
Why not? There's cotton candy and bearded women. And all the balloons your brother could want.
He's 13, and he thinks balloons are dumb, and clowns are dumb.
Pennywise's face turns, a dawning awareness.
Well, you don't, do you?
George shrugs.
I'll just take you then.
I don't know. I'm not supposed to talk to strangers.
Smart parents. Well, I'm Bob Gray, Pennywise to my friends. What do they call you?
Georgie.
Georgie. Well, now we aren't strangers, are we?
George shrugs, still not convinced.
I promise I'll have you back in time for dinner. Give me your hand. We'll shake on it.
You're still a stranger. I don't want to talk to you.
Okay, shake and give me the silent treatment then. Zip your lip up and shake.
With his left hand, Pennywise pretends to zip his own lip while offering his right through the sword drain.
And I'll give you back your boat.
Pennywise holds Georgie's boat out of the drain with his right hand. Georgie reaches out for both hands, his left to receive his boat and his right for a handshake to signal their friendship. He gets even closer when... Should I keep going?
Sure, and you guys can act this out.
Oh, come on.
Here we go. Pennywise lunges. Grabs Georgie's hand. Jerks him down and toward the sewer, bearing his mouthful of razor-like teeth.
Yeah.
Cut to the old woman's point of view again. Who's going to be the old woman? The cat devours its food, the old woman pleased with his appetite. Voice act. She hears a scream and looks up. Dropping the food and heading for her door as quickly as her old bones permit. Back on Georgie. On the ground, crawling away from the drain, a gnawed and bloody stump where his right arm used to be seconds ago.
And it's a happy ending. The end.
That was such a fun movie.
There's a new one
We need a palate cleanser after that. Everybody grab a card. Grab a card, any card. I'll start with this one, which I think is going to be the cure for what Pennywise just did to us here. And this one just says, "Up yours, children."
Perfect. This is something Patty would say. Supercalifragilisticexpialidocious. That's it. It's not even a real word, guys.
Docious-expialisticfragilisticexpialidocious is
Ooh, yeah.
backwards.
That's good.
Who's next?
I need another one. I kind of broke the bank on that balance push over the lady thing.
I don't know which one I'm giving you because I have two. So.
Will you guys out there
Oh,
write
wait,
something
wait, that is
disgusting,
probably
please?
the one that was given.
Write disgusting stuff. Put foul language in it. Make this an R-rated 18-plus panel. Force it on us. Getting into character. What is he doing?
I don't know, I
This is
gave
your
her one
fine
from
work,
my-
is it?
from my pile.
I don't have a lot of faith in Dameon anyway because he keeps talking into the
You write
end
like
of a
an
side
epileptic
address
doctor.
microphone. He didn't hear that, which is good.
No, it's because I don't listen to you.
Oh, that's a serious one.
What is this? It's from Star Wars. Oh, right, of course.
That's a novel. That's very small print.
You don't wait for me, or you?
Here's another.
Oh.
Here's another one that was just sitting here. I don't know what this one is. Oh, we'll just give them all to you now. You get all the cards.
Everybody pass your cards down to Dameon.
Yeah, here we're passing more down here.
All right. What? You can certainly try.
I don't know.
What is
Just
that?
sitting
Who
here.
wrote that?
I guess that's
Nobody
fine.
wrote that.
That's
What is
fine.
that from? You're a really big critical role. Here you go.
We love critical role.
Fucking Buddhists. Anyone? Anyone? Thank you, sir.
Nice.
John, this is
Care to
another
back
one
that
for
up
you.
with something?
This is like Christmas.
I've got a good one.
Who's this one for?
No.
Oh, okay. Right on.
Cool, yeah.
You don't want that.
You guys ever watch Jiminy Glick? Martin Short? I mean, it's been a minute. I know we haven't seen it in a while, but man,
Oh, sure.
you don't want
he cracked up Mel Brooks, which is a very
That is-
difficult
You probably don't wanna see
thing to do. But he went,
Leave those to me.
"What's your beef with the Nazis?" And you see Mel Brooks just lose it. Anyways, everyone see that? Jiminy Glick?
Yeah.
Martin Short.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Martin
God,
Short.
he's
It's
Martin
great.
Short is
He's
great.
brilliant.
Indeed.
Go ahead, Jeff.
Okay. Stupid, sexy Flanders.
Oh, I did have one. Someone gave me this one. Okay. Oh, this is Rhea from Fire Emblem Three Houses. Were I not a holy woman, I would have beat you senseless. She's really nice, guys.
All right, I'll do this a la Captain Jean-Luc Picard. Oh, great. Another guy who wants to hit Butt Stallion. Real original. Fantastic. Oh, goody.
Do you know what that's from?
Do tell. Did you write that card?
No, I did not. I'm just wondering if you know what it's from.
Bill and Ted's Excellent Adventure?
I'm not going to tell you. No, it's from The Color Purple. It's from Mask.
Oh, yeah.
Oh yeah.
Why not?
Martha?
I got a quote from The Wizard.
Okay.
Did anyone see that on Friday night? That was really, really fun. I'm gonna do it as my Pokemon character, Jupiter. It's a little water bug spider. The quote's California from The Wizard.
Perfect.
All right, it's time for our second movie of the event. We are going to go with Avengers Endgame. And
No
we're going to
spoilers.
need you guys to help us cast it, okay? So I need you to look up here on the stage and tell me, shout out, who do you think should play Rocket Raccoon? Dameon is Rocket Raccoon.
Copy.
All right, Bruce Banner.
Awesome.
Oh, that's perfect.
All right,
Yeah.
Great casting.
Valkyrie. Now, John, I think Valkyrie as maybe Biggs the cat.
Okay, I'll be big the cat for this one.
Yeah. Wait. As who are.
Yeah, who
are
would you
Dameon-
like-
Dameon and I.
Yeah, who would you like to do Rocket Raccoon as?
Yeah, just figuring that one out right now. Let's just go with Handsome Jack, shall we?
Okay.
All right.
'Cause I think that fits the attitude.
The tood is similar. It's a similar tood.
Little fella.
And who would you like to do?
No, who should I voice?
Any suggestions? Anyone?
Meatwad.
I don't play Meatwad. Isn't it something that we have to play?
How about Christopher Walken?
Oh my god.
Do you do a Christopher
I do not do Christopher.
Ah.
I can do Christopher Walken.
The worse the impression, the better, right?
I guess.
Yeah, I'll take it.
Oh my god, as Thor.
As Thor.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Who is Thor? Who is Thor? Do you want?
Martha's
Do you want Martha as, doing Christopher Walken as Thor?
Yeah. You got it.
I think you are Thor as Christopher Walken. Okay.
All right.
Who is Korg?
This will not fit for Bruce Banner.
Korg.
Oh, no, he actually probably was. He was pretty big in the set.
You want Jeff to be Korg?
Make the Kessel run.
That's Taika Waititi. All right. So you are Korg. Who would you do Korg as?
Jube, I think.
Oh, okay. One of the dark elves.
Yeah.
That sounds perfectly opposite of what he originally was. That sounds great. And I will do the. I believe there's only the narrator left, so I will take the narrator for this one here. Are we ready? Ladies and gentlemen, without any further ado, the Voiceapalooza players present Avengers Endgame. Cut to Bruce sitting at the back of a utility car as they traverse the green countryside of Norway. They pass a sign labeled New Asgard. They stop at a small town on a port. Bruce and Rocket get out of the car and look around at the remaining Asgardians living like normal humans at a port.
He said Asgard. And by the way, Korg, when did they start naming Marvel characters after MIDI keyboards? What the fuck is that? Korg?
It's an amazing Korg.
I am Yamaha.
Yeah.
Back to the movie.
Kind of stepped down from a golden palace for an Avenger Highness and whatnot.
Have a little compassion, pal. They've just lost Asgard and then half their people. They're probably just happy to have a home.
Bruce spots Valkyrie looking over at him and heads over to her.
You shouldn't have come.
Ah, Valkyrie! Good to see you, angry girl.
I think I liked you better one of the other ways.
Oh, this is Rocket.
How you doing?
He won't see you.
That bad, huh?
We only see him once a month when he comes for supplies.
He looks over to a pile of kegs of stout and other beer on the side.
Is that, bad?
Yeah.
Cut to Rocket opening a door and him and Bruce walking through it.
What the woo? Something died in here. Hello, Thor.
Are you here about the cable?
He walks into view and the audience's jaw drops. Thor, who is shirtless, has definitely put on more than a couple of pounds since we saw him last.
The Cinemax ran out about 2 weeks ago, and the sports were all kind of fuzzy.
He notices Bruce and Rocket standing there.
Boys! Oh my god! Where have you been?
To Rocket, trying to hug him.
Come here, you little rascal.
Yeah, no, I'm good. I'm good. That's not necessary at all. Thank you. Beat it.
You know, Hulk, you know my friends, Meek, Core are great.
Hey! Oh, sorry.
We see Meek and Clark sitting on a couch, PlayStation controller in hand, playing Fortnite and eating chips.
Hey, long time no see. Clearly you guys are involved in some product placement.
Hey guys, beer's on the bucket. Feel free to log on to the Wi-Fi. No password, obviously.
Goes back to his game.
Thor, he's back. The kid on the TV that called me a dickhead again.
Noob Master?
Yeah, Noob Master 69.
Thor walks over to Korg, takes his headphones, and speaks into the mic.
Noob Master, yeah, it's Thor again. You know, the god of thunder. Listen, buddy, if you don't log off this game immediately, I'm gonna fly over to your house, come down to that basement you're hiding in, rip off your arms, and then shove them up your butt. Oh, that's right. Yeah, now go cry to your father, you little weasel.
Thank you, Thor.
You let me know if he bothers you again, okay?
Thank you very much. I will.
So, you guys want a drink? What are you drinking? We have beer, tequila, all sorts of things.
Thor uses Stormbreaker to open a bottle of beer and starts drinking. Bruce walks to him and places a hand on his shoulder.
Buddy, you all right?
Yeah, I'm fine. I'm good. Why? I mean, don't I look all right? That's my walking. Christopher Walken.
I love it so much.
I'm acting here.
Stop. Yeah, accurate.
It's the opposite of Christopher Walken.
Rocket looks concerned.
Rocket, get your head out of your ass. Give me the line again, please. Don't I look all right?
Like melted ice cream.
So what else is new? What's up?
We need your help. There might be a chance that we could fix everything.
Oh, like the cable? Because that's been driving me bananas for weeks.
Like Thanos.
Thor's smile slowly disappears. He puts a shaky hand on Bruce's shoulder and points at him.
Don't you say that name.
Korg stands up and takes off his headphones.
Yeah, we don't actually say that name in here.
Please, take your hand off of me.
He brushes away Thor's hand.
Now, I know that guy might scare you.
Why would I be? Why would I be scared of that guy? I'm the one who killed that guy, remember? Anyone else here killed that guy? No, didn't think so. Korg, why don't you tell everybody who chopped Thanos' big head off?
Thor walks off screen.
Stormbreaker.
Now, who's swinging Stormbreaker?
I get it. You're in a rough spot, okay? I've been there myself. You want to know who helped me out of it?
I don't know. Is it Natasha?
It was you. You helped me.
Thor walks over and looks out the window, points, still holding his beer.
Why don't you ask the Asgardians down there how much my help was worth?
He drops onto the sofa.
The ones that are left, anyway.
I think we can bring them back.
Stop. Just stop.
He
Stop.
opens a packet of M&Ms.
I know you think I'm down here wallowing in my own self-pity, waiting to be rescued and saved. But I'm fine, okay? We're fine, aren't we?
The camera cuts to Korg and Mike eating pizza and playing once more.
Nah, all good here, mate.
Cuts back to Thor.
So whatever it is that you're offering, we're not into it. Don't care, couldn't care less. Goodbye.
We need you, pal.
Thor shakes his head, ignoring Bruce.
Oh, shoot. Rocket. There's beer on the ship.
What kind?
And end scene.
That was
I'm sorry.
Bruce Banner in Honey, I Shrunk the Kids. They shrunk.
Can you say,
Banner.
Mr. McGee, don't make me angry. You wouldn't like me when I'm angry.
In that voice?
Yes, please.
Okay. Wait, say it again.
Well, he hasn't.
You wouldn't like me when I'm angry.
Switch, yeah.
Don't make me angry. You wouldn't like me when I'm angry.
Yes, please.
Mr. Mickey, don't make me angry. You wouldn't like me when I'm angry.
It's more fun when they don't fit.
So that would be the end of our movie presentations for the day. So
Is that?
Or perhaps not. I know you.
Is that?
Avengers? Nah, those are pretty good movies. Why don't you guys try a real
it's Luke Edwards, the wizard from The Wizard. What have you here, Luke? Tell us what you have here.
Guess.
I don't know.
It is the screenplay for The Wizard.
Oh, yes.
And sitting out in the crowd, we have David Chisholm, who wrote the screenplay for The Wizard.
That's amazing.
And so let's pass this out here. Would you like to join us and play Jimmy?
Sure, why not?
All right. Do we have an extra mic? Can we bring that mic up here? That would be lovely. Let's pass these down. We've got all these scripts. Thank you very much. This is wonderful. Now, in order to do this, we'll need to have some casting done. Now, Luke, you could do it, or either of you guys could do it. You've had a hand in casting the wizard before. I think you had more to work with, to be honest, but would you all like to be involved in the casting, or? I'll share with you. Okay,
perfect,
all
yeah.
right. So Haley and Corey, and the salesman. Now Corey was played by Fred Savage, yes? Now who would be the most Fred Savage person up here? Dameon?
Yeah.
Obviously, yeah.
Dameon, you are now Corey. And Haley, who would we like to have as Haley?
Yeah, that's a good option.
I should do Haley. And what character do you think I should do Haley as? The Imperial Guard?
Christopher Walken.
I did a lot of the Imperial Guard last night at the D&D for about an hour and a half, but I can attempt to do it. But if my voice is gone at the end of this, please forgive me. So Haley is the Imperial Guard. That was very much what you were thinking of, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So we've got Corey and Haley, and Jimmy, of course, is there. We need a salesman. Who's a good salesman here? Duke Nukem, yeah.
Buy it or die.
That's fantastic. Yeah.
So that is our
Appropriate.
salesman here. We have the dad and the son, which is Nick. Yeah, Nick and Sam.
Fantastic.
So, Jeff, do you want to be the narrator for this?
Sure.
All right. So, who's Nick?
Should we just blindly assume?
Nick is the dad, Bo
Oh, great.
Bridges.
Great.
Bo Bridges. That's perfect.
Yeah. And Sam is the son, Christian Slater.
Yes. My spirit animal.
And do we know what character voices you would like to put these in?
Good question. Oh.
Do a different voice for every line.
Ooh, okay. We can do that. Just have multiple personality, father and son.
Okay.
So, Luke, set this up. Where are we here?
Boy, you're asking me. You might ask David.
You just stood up and did a whole thing earlier. Now you have to back that up.
Okay, all right. Where are we? We're in Truckee. We're in an arcade in Truckee, California.
And you're traveling to California. You're trying to win the tournament,
Yeah,
the video game tournament.
Yeah, we're trying to get to
but
video.
you're
Armageddon.
hustling people for money, right? Hustling people for money on video games, and they come across a couple of salesmen playing a video game in this little truck stop along the way, and they're trying to get a little cash. So
this is like The Hustler with Jackie Gleason, but with children.
if Jackie Gleason were a young 8-year-old child,
Yeah,
or actually that would have been Paul Newman.
Nailed it.
So I don't know what Fred Savage would be Jackie Gleason.
That's right.
How sweet it is. All right, well, let us. We shall begin. A lot of faith you got.
What if I did this? Is this on? Hello.
Corey grabs her.
Will you stop? We don't have anybody. Aren't you a little scared?
I don't get scared. How? Give me $4 you're holding out on.
I don't think I'm gonna do meat wad for that. I'm gonna do sell. What?
You flashed 21, but you stashed 4 from the change at lunch. Thief! They didn't get that because you put it in your shorts.
She wheels him around and grabs the stretch band on his underwear. She yanks it up, and he howls.
Dish it up.
Corey frowns. He fools with his pants, hands the 4 crumpled dollars to her.
You're getting awful personal.
Interior Mountain Town Arcade Day. Corey, Haley, and Jimmy are standing in the threshold looking at a small crowd of locals jamming their joysticks in a video arcade.
What are you gonna do?
We've got to find someone dumb enough to suck her. And seeing as how it's too immoral for you, I guess it's up to me.
She starts off with Jimmy, is suddenly yanked back.
Now, wait a minute. That's my $4.
He sweeps the money out of her hand, now looks around at the possibilities.
God damn it. Okay, pay attention. You might learn something.
They edge towards a couple of older guys in tacky, rumpled suits playing a video game. Corey sizes them up.
Perfect. They're salesmen.
He shuffles up and starts rubbernecking. They're playing a game called Pinbot.
Not bad. Not too shabby. Not bad at all.
Yeah, thanks.
You've got some skill.
Some? What do you mean, some?
Myself, it's not a challenge, per se.
What are you, a rocket scientist? You couldn't come close.
Against this meathead. Why would I try? For what?
For whatever you want, kid. I don't play for my health, you know.
That's good, or you'd be dead. Jeez, my little brother here, he could beat you.
The salesmen turn and look at Jimmy, half buried under the baseball cap. He looks idiotic.
Go on.
Corey leans over to Jimmy.
Jimmy, you want to challenge? You want to challenge the meathead?
Exterior Mountain Town Arcade, dusk. The 3 kids wander out. Haley is counting a handful of small bills. Corey grabs Jimmy and shakes him gleefully.
You're a monster, Jimmy. You snaked him. Didn't you snake him?
Yeah.
He's smiling.
He is smiling.
Sal broke his microphone. Please stand by. We're having technical difficulties. Hello. Check 1, 2.
Where are we?
He is smiling.
You like this, Jimmy, don't you? Shh, there's a good boy, Jimmy.
Yeah.
There. Oh, we're on our way, Jimmy boy. We're on our way.
The 3 step off the sidewalk and are surprised by the darkness. Their smiles fade.
Jeez, it's gonna be night.
Exterior, mountain wrecking yard, dusk. The scattered hulks of rotting truck cabs and bodies. Camera moves in on old sleeper cab, night, of a huge weed-choked diesel truck.
You sure about this?
Sure, I'm sure. I spent plenty of nights with my dad in these things.
Okay.
Okay.
How is Dad? Interior sleeper cab, night. A hollowed shell behind the front seat of the truck. The 3 kids are lying prone on an old mattress, staring at the stars through the rotted ceiling of the cab.
Do you go everywhere with your dad?
If I want to, he takes me across the country during summer. When I don't have school, sometimes he sends me back, though, 'cause he don't want my whole life to be on the road, you know.
You don't have any friends, do you?
He just touched a big nerve. Haley squirms a little, trying to hide her feelings.
I got tons of friends, criminal scum. I hardly got room for more.
Yeah, that sounds about right, sure, yeah. That sounds right, spot on.
My dad and me, we live out of town, but I do just fine. It's a beautiful place. Nothing like you've ever seen.
Yeah, I'm sure, yeah, but don't you get scared. Traveling alone.
Corey has turned away, is rifling through his backpack.
I told you, I don't get scared.
Never.
Corey turns back and he's got Garrett's Halloween mask on. Haley suddenly leaps up, crams her head against the ceiling of the sleeper, and now slugs Corey square in the mask.
Yeah! Holy shit!
Exterior truck trailer, night. Haley's soaking a rag under a faucet. She gives it to Corey, who's lying on the bed of the truck, nursing a big mouse on his eye.
You shouldn't have done that.
It was a joke. I didn't think you'd hit me.
Jimmy is sitting in the dark alone at the far end of the truck trailer. Haley watches him for a moment.
He's like a ghost.
Corey peers from under the rag.
Something happened, didn't it? To Jimmy.
Haley's suddenly got this look of compassion oozing around the edges, but Corey's lost in his own thoughts now.
So, are you and your dad, real close?
She finds this sudden.
Yeah? Why?
I was just wondering, you know.
He lies back on the truck and covers his face with the rag. Haley studies him. Now we see Jimmy looking through the dark towards the two together, and another kind of loneliness starts to invade him. Exterior mountain motel night. One of those roadside dives that breeds cockroaches the size of gutter rats. Sam and Nick pull in front of one of a row of small cottages. Sam's white wall tires looking like spats on a combat boot. Interior motel room. The two are standing in the threshold of the door, gazing over a single queen-size bed.
I'm going to do Nick as Gladys from Portal.
Oh, I'm so excited.
Well, it's been a while for me. We're going to sleep in this together.
I ain't paying for 2 rooms.
Nick stares at the bed. Sam heads for the bathroom.
You wanted to come?
He slams the bathroom door shut. Motel room later. Sam is on the floor, struggling through some push-ups. Nick is oblivious, brushing his teeth in the bathroom.
You, I have a mouthful. You think we're gonna, I can't do that. You think we're gonna find him?
We're getting closer. The guy at the bus station saw him. And that waitress said they were hitting those arcades along the way.
Sam's huffing and puffing. Nick wanders out in his shorts, toothbrush in his mouth.
I didn't know you did push-ups.
There's a lot of things you don't know about me.
No, I'm serious. I didn't know you did push-ups.
And that is our last page.
I love
Yeah.
Oh my God.
But
Siri.
before we go, there was a card up here, and nope, it's not here anymore. We just need you to say one thing for us. California.
Oh, yeah. It's right here.
Oh, there it is. Wait a
Give
minute.
official
In
card.
case you need the line.
I need the
yeah,
line.
pass that down. Yeah.
It's okay. It's understandable.
California?
Yes.
Well done.
How many people saw The Wizard the other night, went over to the Alamo and saw that? It was really, really cool. And hearing you all talk afterwards about the movie and the making of it and what you went through and the fact that, I mean, so many people have done so many things since then. And you look back and you see that the biggest game, the brand new game that they were unveiling for that one was Mario 3. And it was like a huge unveiling, but you said you never got your copy, correct?
What?
You were supposed to get a copy of Mario 3, but you never received it. So today, here at Voiceapalooza, we would like
Yay!
to present you,
To right that wrong.
to right the wrong and present you with your copy of Mario 3. Now, all you need to do is find yourself a nice retro unit to play it on, and hold it up real quick to your mouth. No, the other way. The other way. Now blow in it. Yeah, you're going to be doing that a lot. Just letting you know. So, ladies and gentlemen, let's hear it for Luke Edwards.
My, how you've grown.
We had to play NHL 64 or 94, NHL 94 the other day, and it was me and the PA announcer for the Stars, and I do the Capitals. and we're out there playing, and they show me a picture later on, and they're standing there watching us both play, as nervous as we were to do it and as poorly as we were doing. And there we have the Wizard standing right behind us watching us suck. So as if there wasn't any pressure whatsoever doing it, we had the Wizard right there watching us. How bad were we?
Pretty bad, yeah.
Yeah? It's good to have confirmation and affirmation, isn't it?
Absolutely. Yeah.
Well, you know what? If you want to hang with us for 1 second, we have one more thing here. We'll have you join in. Everybody, please pull out green eggs and ham.
Do we have that?
How many here have heard green eggs and ham? But you haven't heard it this way. We're each going to take a turn and read a couple of paragraphs. So if we could start down there, Martha, just pick a voice, any voice, and please take it through the fourth paragraph there.
2, 3, 4.
Ladies and gentlemen, Green Eggs and Ham by Dr. Seuss.
I'm going to do... Anyone watch Assassination Classroom? Anyone? Yes! All right, this is Irina Yelovich. I am Sam. Sam, I am. Sam. No, I did it wrong already. Can we start over? Sorry, this is terrible.
Take two.
I didn't know he says it twice. I am Sam. I am Sam. Sam, I am. That's Sam, I am. That's Sam, I am. I do not like that Sam, I am. Do you like green eggs and ham? I do not like them, Sam, I am. I do not like green eggs and ham.
Would you like them here or there? I would not like them here or there. I would not like them anywhere. I do not like green eggs and ham. I do not like them, Sam, I am.
Would you like them in a house? Would you like them than a mouse? I do not like them in a house. I do not like them with a mouse. I do not like them here or there. I do not like them anywhere. I do not like green eggs and ham. I do not like them, Sam, I am.
Would you eat them in a box? Would you eat them with a fox? Not in a box, not with a fox, not in a house, not with a mouse. I would not eat them here or there. I would not eat them anywhere. I would not eat green eggs and ham. I do not like them. Sam, I am.
Could you in a car? Eat them? Eat them. Here they are. I could not in a car. You may like them, you will see. You may like them in a tree.
That's really
I would not. Could not in a tree. No, I'm not going to do that. Not in a car, you let me be.
Okay.
I do not like them in a box. I do not like them with a fox. I do not like them in a house. That's somebody doing a very bad
That's
job.
Sean Connery.
Oh, great. Okay.
That was like from Train Spotting.
I got it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I do not like them with a mouse. I do not like them here or there. I do not like them anywhere. I do not like green eggs and ham. I do not like them, Sam, I am. Oh, this is for you. Take that.
Say, in the dark, here in the dark, could you in the dark?
Keep going,
Oh,
man.
keep going, all right. I could not in the dark. Well, could you in the rain? I would not, could not in the rain, not in the dark, not on a train, not in a car, not in a tree.
Martha.
I do not like them, Sam, you see. Not in a house, not in a box, not with a mouse, not with a fox. I will not eat them here or there. I do not like them anywhere.
Smithers, you do not like green eggs and ham?
No, Mr. Burns, I do not like them, Sam.
Would you with a goat?
No, sir, I could not with a goat.
Could you on a boat?
I would not, could not on a boat. I will not with a goat. I will not eat them in a tree, not in the dark, not in a tree, not in a car. You let me be. I do not like them in a box. I do not like them with a fox. I will not eat them in a house. I do not like them with a mouse. I do not like them here or there. I do not like them anywhere. I do not like green eggs and ham. I do not like them, Sam I am.
You do not like them, so you say. Try them, and you may. Try them, and you may, I say. Sam, if you let me be, I will try them. You will see.
And then he tries them.
Oh.
Nom, 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 nom.
Say, I like green eggs and ham. I do. I like them, Sam, I am. And I would eat them in a boat, and I would eat them with a goat, and I will eat them in the rain, and in the dark, and on a train, and in a car, and in a tree. They are so good you see. So I will eat them in a box, and I will eat them with a fox, and I will eat them in a house, and I will eat them with the mouse, and I will eat them here and there, and I will eat them anywhere. So I do like green eggs and ham. Thank you, Sam, I am.
That was completely ridiculous.
So when are they doing a green eggs and ham rap?
Yes, serious?
Yeah.
You do not like them.
Now, it is time
So you say.
to create
That's it. Like,
a
no.
video game atrocity like
Oh my
you've never
gosh.
seen before.
It's terrifying.
We need suggestions. You can shout them out. We'll pick the one that's probably the least appropriate. Of a title for a brand new video game, one that's never been created. It's not a sequel. It's not one that's already been done. A brand new game we've never heard of.
What about this? Cyberpower.
Cyberpower is one thing. Anybody else? Give me another word.
It's literally right there.
I see that's Donkey Kong. Now we can do Long Dong Cyberpower.
Oh my God.
This is an X-rated game, I take it?
I think, however, that is our villain. That
Long
is our
Dong?
villain. Long Dong Cyberpower.
Oh no, it sounds terrible.
And what is the name of this game? Intimidator.
Prescription? Is that-
Intimidator what? What? Intimidator fishing? Intimidator fishing.
It's already ridiculous.
Wow, there's already been 6.
No, it's the first game. It's just called 7.
Good. Perfect.
Intimidator Fishing 7?
Intimidator fishing 7. All right. What is the name of our hero?
Shart.
Just assume you have Tourette's.
How about Shart?
Shark Bartley.
Shart Fartley.
What is it?
It's a highbrow room.
Shark Bartley.
Shart Bartley. And who is Shart's assistant? His sidekick. Her sidekick.
Bone paper.
What's that?
Bone paper.
Bum paper? This is going in such a classy direction.
Yeah, absolutely.
You're in the right place. All right, so those are our heroes. We have Long Dong Cyberpower, who is the villain. But the villain has a sidekick as well. Who is that?
Evil Beethoven.
Oh, I like that. Thank you. What a great contribution.
See, that's very nice.
I like that.
We have a
I
writer
like
in the
that
room.
one.
Class it up just a touch there. He's sitting right there. Now, I need
think the dog.
a weapon of some
I was
kind.
just thinking that.
Who was Shark Bartley?
Duty.
What's that?
That would chip in.
Duct tape?
Yeah.
Okay, we have duct tape.
Practical.
What else? Electric clams.
I like that as well.
Harsh language. Goes with the fishing.
Harsh language. That's a good one. Bare hands. B-E-A-R. Because you said
I think
literal.
bare hands, yes, with like a bear.
Yeah, but no bear attached.
And it's not even claws. It's
No,
just like a
just
bear
the
with
hands.
like very versatile fingers.
Correct.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Sort of like a Yogi the bear stealing a picnic.
Perfect.
Yes,
That's all the bare hands can do is steal picnic.
What, give me another everyday household item.
Cheese wheel.
Cheese wheel.
So
Well,
every time.
someone's
I always
ready
have
for
a
the
cheese
meeting.
wheel in my fridge.
A cheese wheel. And I want the ultimate weapon.
Air freshener.
Air freshener.
Well done.
So, everybody write these down.
Oh.
Uh-oh.
Your paper and your name.
What?
Write these down, remember.
Oh no.
What?
Oh no.
Intimidator Fishing 7.
Sorry, wait.
Wait, from the top, please.
Oh no. This is a brand new.
Intimidator Fishing 7 is the name of our game.
Intimidator Fishing 7.
And these are the items that will have to come into play at some point during this game. Duct tape, electric clams, bear hands, not B-A-R-E, but B-E-A-R, bear hands, a cheese wheel, and air freshener as the ultimate weapon.
We're going to need it with the names of some of these characters.
Now, it is time for us to start picking a few of our heroes and who they're going to be. I need you to cast the hero, Shart Fartley. Who should be Shart Fartley?
Dameon? No.
Damien's trying to point to Luke over here. So Luke, it appears that you're going to be Shart Fartley. And that would mean that you are going to have to be a sidekick, Bum Paper.
You
got it.
Fair enough.
Now, our villain, Long Dong Cyber Power.
John.
I'm taller lying down.
And the sidekick, Evil Beethoven.
Yes.
I'll take it.
Evil Beethoven.
Martha is Evil Beethoven.
Good.
Now, we need to come up with roles for Jeff, and we need to come up with a role for Cherami. What do we think? How about, what is our location? Give me a location.
Detroit, Alaska.
Detroit?
Alaska? That
There's
combines
a lot of
both.
good fishing in Detroit.
That makes sense. Well, Detroit, Alaska, someone said.
It's space Alaska. It's like Alaska, but it's space.
Space Detroit, Alaska.
Space Detroit, Alaska. Great.
All right. So, Jeff, you are now the landlord of Space Detroit, Alaska.
Okay.
Sort of like the mayor, but more of a financial stake.
The
You be
landlord.
the quest giver.
A what?
A quest giver. The entire game, dude.
A quest giver.
Okay.
Actually, I think we need to make a quest giver who comes in, but it would be sort of an angelic, maybe a godlike presence.
Jesus.
Space Jesus. Cherami, you're now Space Jesus.
Thank God.
What would Jesus do?
Thank you. Cherami is now Space Jesus. All right.
What would Space Jesus do?
And I will go ahead and narrate the game. All right?
No.
So, ladies and gentlemen, without any further ado,
Oh my
we
God.
present to you for the first time anywhere a game that has never been played, a game that never should be played. Intimidator Fishing 7. We begin in Space Detroit, Alaska. It is the home and lair of Shart Fartley. Shart is taking inventory with the help of his faithful assistant, Bum Paper.
My name is Shart.
Wow, this place really sucks. Sure do hate my name.
There's a knock on the door.
I'm going to be honest with you. I'm not quite sure what the objective is here.
There is none.
There's no
Okay, good.
objective.
Yeah.
Objective? Are you insane?
As long as I'm not alone in that.
Yes.
Good.
There's a knock at the door. At the door, it is the landlord.
Hey, how are you? Welcome to Space Detroit, Alaska. You owe me some rent. And going by the way you smell, I'll take that can of air freshener.
He whips out the ultimate weapon way early in the game.
Hey, wait a second. Don't spray it.
They take it and set it aside for later.
Wow, Shart, that escalated quickly.
As sharks always do. On the other side of town, on another lair, in Space Detroit, Alaska, Long Dong Cyber Power is hatching his evil plan.
I'm going to take my bare hands. I'm going to tear apart this cheese wheel. I'm going to melt it over that shart. It'll be like a Chardonnay. It'll be a... Oh, I'm going to kick your ass, Shart. You're going to taste my cheese.
Long Dong Cyber Power was angry. Trying to calm him down was his sidekick, evil Beethoven.
Down, boy. Down. Down, 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 down. Down, 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 down.
Long Dong was a dog person. They decided to get out into the Long Dong mobile.
Want to go for a ride, boy? We've got a ne'er-do-well to take care of. I'm going to need you to help me. Ride, boy? Go for a ride?
They sped through Space Detroit, Alaska that had horrible traffic on their way to the lair of Shart Fartley, where at that moment the landlord was laying down the law.
Stop it.
We're sorry? Shart, did you manage to get the money for the rent this month?
No, but will you take duct tape?
I've seen lots of those, better than yours.
But he had never been wrapped in duct tape better than theirs, and they wrapped up the landlord in duct tape to a chair.
What are we going to do with him now? Over to you, Shart.
Let's throw him out the window.
Suddenly, the heroes were doing some really bad shit.
Let's murder him.
Maybe he'll bounce.
They heard something outside the front door. Who could it be?
Oh, shit, it's the cops. It's the space cops.
But it wasn't the space cops.
It's not the
it
space
was
cops.
Long Dong Cyber Power.
I'm here to freshen the air around you, Shart. You stinky little shit.
You'll be no match for my bare hands.
Both of them had bare hands.
You smell like Limburger cheese.
The landlord wanted to get out of there, but was still duct taped hard to a chair.
And we threw him out the window earlier.
Ouch!
The landlord crashed to the ground. His spirit rose to the sky and had a conversation with Space Jesus.
Welcome.
Space
You've made it.
Jesus, Space Jesus, help me. I feel like I'm falling out of heaven.
Oh, you are falling out of heaven. That's
Okay,
not
well,
my problem.
It's been real nice, Space Jesus. I'll see you.
He immediately dropped into hell, where all landlords belong.
Oh.
Landlords in the room? Any landlords? Just checking.
Hi, Jeffrey Epstein. Because he's at
Too
he's in hell
soon,
now.
too soon. Oh, wait, Space Jesus. Did you welcome Jeffrey Epstein?
It is too early to comment on such a thing. There's a purgatory
Space
that we all have
Jesus
to
was
wait through.
very PC.
As all Jesuses should be.
But back down on Earth, there was a battle royale about to break out. Who would claim the electric clams?
Beethoven, quickly. Bring me the can of electric clams. Pour them on Shart.
The electric clams poured all over Shart Fartley, who suddenly became more shart than fart. He screamed.
I didn't think you could smell worse, Shart, but yep, that happened.
What is the point of this game?
They both, all four of them, decided to ponder life in this game. At that moment, Space Jesus arrived.
Please save us.
Apparently, that is my one job, is to save everyone all the time. This is very irritating.
Okay, all of you must go and save the cheese wheel that you seem to feel that you need to destroy and melt over this human. And cheese should not be wasted. You need to enjoy it together.
You're trying to make peace.
Yeah, I'm trying to make peace. That's
And
what Jesus would do.
Jesus, take the wheel.
Jesus, take the cheese wheel.
Space Jesus raised her arms in the air and brought forward a giant cheese wheel, one of enormity and light, like they had never seen before.
Much like a halo of cheese.
A halo of cheese. Astonished were Long Dong Cyberpower and Shart Fartley.
I don't know what to say anymore. I'm completely lost. Shart, take it over before I kill you.
I love cheese, but it makes me shart.
Please put a button on this, Shart. Please wrap this up.
He knew what he
put a
had to
stop to
do and
this.
began to force feed Shart Fartley cheese after cheese after cheese. Shart began to blow up like Veruca Salt, or the other one that turned purple. Violet Beauregard. He began to blow up like a giant zeppelin. Even Bum Paper knew it was time to get the hell out of there.
I just.
When does the Intimidator fishing begin?
Look, I'm dropping the mic after Jesus take the wheel because I'm just not going to get any better than it, so.
And on that,
That's- yeah,
Bum
right.
Paper left Shart Fartley to his fate. Shart knew the only thing that he could do left was to go find his special fishing rod, throw it out the window, and try to bring back the corpse of the landlord.
What? Can I have some of that Jesus, 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 cheese, Jesus, Jesus, cheese?
Long Dong Cyberpower was freaked out by all of this.
Jesus Christ.
Unfortunately, his dog got into the cheese.
You know that gives you the shits, Beethoven.
They both retreated to the Long Dong Mobile to escape, but it was too late, for evil Beethoven was evil all over the back seat. And there he was, standing in the window with a fishing rod, a corpse dangling from it, bloated from cheese, purple like Violet Beauregard, and smelling like Space Detroit itself. Shart Fartley said,
Somehow I'm the hero.
The end.
I love that we had air freshener at the beginning of the game. It was just sitting there in the background.
Never got used.
Never got used.
Air freshener, may it go with all of you.
Yeah.
Hey, we promised you a train wreck, and we delivered.
That's
Just
right.
that.
Indeed.
Amazing.
We have a couple more cards left, so everybody grab whatever cards you have, and
The goddamn plane has crashed into the mountain. The bum's lost Lebowski.
No one? Big Lebowski?
Oh, the captain's log.
I've never been able to say that line without laughing. For those of you who don't know the reference, Duke looking at a turd in the toilet. Oh, the captain's log.
What's mine? Okay. That means our forefathers were kicked out of every decent country in the world. We're the wretched refuse. We're the underdog. We're mutts. Yeah, that should have been for evil Beethoven. Yeah, there you go.
Who else we got? Jeff?
Yes, it's a little novel.
Okay.
Chaos isn't a pit. Chaos is a ladder. Many who try to climb it fail and never get to try again. The fall breaks them. And some are given a chance to climb. They cling to the real or the gods or love. Only the ladder is real. The climb is all there is. Game of Thrones, Littlefinger.
Did someone look that up, or did they
Look
have
at
that
that.
memorized?
Applause on that one. That was lovely.
That was lovely. Yeah.
Run, Jill. He's insane.
Where's Jill?
How many people saw the Broly movie?
Fuck me in the ass because I love Jesus.
Hey.
I didn't write it.
Who wrote that?
You wrote this, right? No. Okay, cool.
You wrote that one? Oh, not the one about Jesus.
No, that person's not going to take credit for this. That was you?
Do you have that on a tattoo? Oh, next tattoo.
This is not going to go on YouTube, I don't think.
It's already out there.
They're
It's already
gonna
gone.
leave that off the website.
Luke, do you have a card?
Holy shit. Motherfucker, you're streaming this? God damn, crack smoking prick.
Shame on you. Shame on you.
That was such a good idea, Kaylin.
Kaylin, you're such a bad influence on our careers. Really, you know.
You guys are going to love the Jon St. John Children's Show coming up soon.
Rated X for tasty.
You got one there, Luke?
I do, but I'm so lost on this one. I'm just gonna do it like Missy Elliott because that's the closest I can come to it. Ta 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 ta.
And it says repeat 100 times on that. Who wrote that?
100 times.
Hilarious.
Actually, the North Star.
Okay, well, this is from the Broly movie, Paragus. How's that go again? Luke, I am your father. Shut up, Broly. For those of you who haven't seen the movie, he's a really bad dad.
For a moment, when you said, Luke, I am your father, he looked up at you very expectantly.
That's the knock on the door I've been waiting for the last
for all we know
20 years. It's happened. Can you imagine? That happened to Jake the Snake.
Really?
Yeah, he met his kid at a con. One of his kids at a con, apparently. I think I can tell this story.
What?
Awkward.
Can you imagine?
Yeah, that's crazy.
Yeah.
You can.
Yeah.
Yes, I can, Dameon.
Now, we have about 15 minutes remaining. So what we're going to do here, since it's a small group, if you have any questions for any of the voice actors up here on stage, just raise your hand. We'll have you stand up and ask it, and we'll answer anything we can.
That's not fair. That excludes me from asking a question.
No,
you have to roll up front and ask your question.
Come up here, sir.
Oh, we didn't have a question.
You don't have. That's okay. Join us up here, rest of the panel.
That's good stuff. There you go. Right here?
Yeah, you might as well join us. It was the funniest line of the whole panel.
I'm holding a mic.
Yes.
So you get to ask us anything you want. Yeah, you are interviewing all of us right here, right now.
Okay, so they give questions, I ask you them?
Oh, you can ask anything you want. Make it personal.
No, you ask us a question. Just not Jon St. John.
Yeah. Because I won't give a straight answer.
Now I have to ask him a question.
Ask away.
I'm here for you.
Ask him what he uses in his hair. It's not reassuring. Ask him what his hair product is.
Okay. What's your hair product, apparently?
Oh, well, I really love pomade. I think there's one made by Enjoy. That's my favorite. It's shiny and silky.
Benadryl.
Enjoy pomade.
Liquid
It's
Benadryl
wonderful.
is what it
Available at Supercuts for a limited time only.
Actually, I do have a question for John. How much of Duke Nukem was you? Like, how much did you come up with, or was it entirely just already scripted?
Very little ad-libbing. All of those filthy lines in the Duke games were written by 2 women, by the way. like in
Sounds
Duke
about
Nukem
right.
Forever, he says, "I had eggs for breakfast. Your mom had sausage." That was written by a woman. Her name is Kristen Hakeland, by the way. I think you know her, don't you, Lee? From Triptych Software. And now she's going to appreciate that we just streamed that. Hi, Kristen. Don't hate me too much longer.
Yes, sir.
This is not necessarily about gaming, but you're such a big part of the work and the world you do. And I'm curious if you're finding there's more respect and the compensation scales are getting better, the coverage and the benefits are there for you. Because it's been producer. Wow. It's been
Man, we were having fun. You had to take it to a real place.
Indeed.
No, I'm curious about how you find the respect level with the popularity going on.
Oh, well, a lot of it is union.
Somebody do a Rodney Dangerfield.
I'll tell you, I got no respect.
No regard.
Well, there are union voiceovers. What I think that the thing we've all wanted forever and ever is to get like some kind of a residual pay schedule that's on a par with what happens with movies. Movies and television, it's not like actors are getting a huge piece of the pie. I've got a couple of lovely checks, my 4-cent residual checks. They get pinned up and never cashed. You know, you keep them at home. So you're not getting a lot, but it is, as you say, a sort of a respect thing. It was never there as far as video games were concerned. So, as you know, and you're a producer, when you have people who have never had to pay that or give that before, in order to give that up, it's a long battle. There have been negotiations through the union that have made things easier in regard to, say, vocal strain and vocal stress and how we perform and taking care of the actors a little bit better. But in regard to the compensation, we get a decent union rate. If you can get more than the union rate, that's wonderful. But the residual thing has always been something that I think all of us would love to have at some point. And the big trouble there is that you've got people who've been working on games for years, the developers, the writers, the people who have built it from behind the scenes, and they're not getting a piece of that action either. And they're wondering, well, if we don't get that, why should the actors who just come in and do this? But it's a commensurate pay scale with the way it's done in film. And if you look at video games, the money that it takes to make a video game these days is very similar to what it costs to make a movie.
We just learned yesterday firsthand, because neither of us were aware of this, were we?
Nope.
And you were there, Jeff. That to make a AAA video game.
Could you turn your phone up in the back? I can't quite hear everything that's coming out of it. Could you turn it up a little bit? No, whose phone is?
Well,
Hey,
that wasn't the sound we heard.
No, but dude, if you have a phone that makes a fucking sound, I'd like to hear it. Can I?
It's a
I'd like to
special
hear that.
ringtone. Special
Language,
ringtone.
we're apparently streaming, so calm down,
Oh,
guys.
but let me finish the thought real quick. We just learned yesterday that to
I
develop
apologize
and
to you. You can suck it. I'm
to,
just kidding, man. I'm just
to
kidding.
create a AAA
If you
video
tell him
game
that
costs
it's Sal,
between.
he has to do it.
Oh wait,
That would be creepy, wouldn't it?
are we done, Dameon?
Yes.
$60 to $70 million to create a AAA video game. Now the independent studios, they can do it much cheaper, but the big games, that's a lot of money. That's motion picture money right there. But then the video game industry generates more revenue than the motion picture industry does now.
I wonder if someday that it'll be structured like that, like films, as far as pay is concerned. Executive producers to get some piece of the action.
Companies that, film studios, Paramount, Disney, whomever, they've had to pay residuals for dozens of years.
Right.
They know that that's part of working with the creative community, directors since the 30s, whereas the video game, the gaming industry never had to pay it. So why should they? It's in their mindset.
Why should they give up something they already have?
Take it away from them, right? There's a good point. Yeah, you set up a system and it's like, what,
It's all precedent.
And I don't know that any voice actors have risen to the top in the way that they have in film. So you don't have.
There's a few, but
they're not in a position to command points, for example. You know.
I mean, would you ever, as a group, go on strike?
We
They did a couple years ago.
To get to the position where we are and to make the negotiation to get, like I said, some of the protections and to make sure that we had certain salaries and things of that sort, the compromise ended up being the residuals. That is the big hanging point. So we were able to get certain concessions because of that. That being said, down the road, will this happen again once this is over? Every time the agreement is over, they're going to go back and renegotiate. And I think that the unions are always willing to strike if necessary, but you do see also in that case there have been some actors who have been known for certain roles that ended up losing those roles to someone who is non-union because they wanted to cast and move forward anyway. So
That's right.
it's a tough world, and trying to get what you think is fair and what they think is fair, sometimes to get into that space where everybody respects each other can be difficult.
And the technology changes so fast too. There's no telling where we'll be in another 5 to 10 years. I mean, artificial voices.
Well, without you, they have nothing.
Well, that's what I think. And
Anybody got a fun question?
That was a good question.
How about you? Your hand went up fast.
No, that was a good question.
It was a good question.
We just
Oh, for John?
Sorry, sir.
Yes,
Go ahead,
thank
please.
you.
Now, what was the direction like when you were voicing Michael Ford?
Oh, was that Conduit? You know, all I can say is that, and I love that question, when somebody says, what was it like recording Big the Cat, or what was it like recording Duke Nukem? They're all exactly the same. I'm in a booth with headphones, and there's people on the other side of the glass, and I have a script, and I read it. Every recording session is the same as every other recording session. It really is. The script is different, the voice you're using is different, but the experience of actually recording, no different. The only time I've had a really different recording experience was when Gearbox Software brought me out here to do the Bulletstorm Full Clip Edition. I could have recorded from home, like most of the games I do, but they treat me like family, so they flew me out here first class. They put me up in a 5-star hotel. They paid me a shitload of money per hour to record in their studios. Seriously, that was the best experience I've ever had, and it's just because we're like family. They treat me like I'm one of their own. But usually it's just a booth with a mic, and I mean, is your
Unless
experience
it's mocap.
different from one game to another?
Mocap can be different.
Yeah.
That's true.
I did actually, and this relates to your question, after the video game strike a couple years ago, one of the games that I'm working on now, and this is the only time that we've recorded separately, they know that it's a vocally strenuous game, so they have 2 of us in there at the same time, and we alternate in passes, so we have mandatory vocal rest for the 4 hours that we're recording. And that studio and a couple others that I've worked with have also started looking at the lines that they have got that they want recorded in that time frame and said, so this will be a whisper line, this will be a spoken line, this will be a little bit projected, this will be more projected, and they organize it so that we're not doing screaming and whispering in the same session, or if they do, they only give us an allotted amount of lines to do so we don't blow our voice, so we can, because once our voice is gone, depending on the actor, it can be, will you have it the next day, or it could be you don't have it for a week, and you have to make that paycheck from that one session last a week if your voice is gone. So after that first strike, it has changed the way some studios are like, well, how can we protect the actors to help us get more recording done? And also that has changed a little bit of how our sessions look.
Yeah, how many panelists lost your voice for at least 2 days after recording a game?
I didn't.
Really? I'm in?
Yeah, no, I have.
Oh, yeah. That's why they have to, every email for every audition we get now has that little disclaimer, this work may be vocally stressful, blah, blah, blah.
I find that happens at cons more than
Yeah.
just talking on a Sunday.
The toughest thing is a loud room downstairs, and just having a conversation with somebody can be tougher on your voice than a whole session.
Another fun question?
You had one back there.
You pick them, Wes.
I saw his
These
hand
2
up
in the
for a
front,
while.
you can go together.
What was your favorite line? And then what was
What was a line that you really wished you could put into the game?
Oh man, that's a
That like matches your
that one.
I like the whole Helena Pierce so I don't like my favorite lines, but
That one.
yeah, and scooping the eyeballs.
Did you
thing
see
out
her face? It went like.
was fun just because that was, I think, one of the first things I read, so that was neat.
There's a fun line that Maya gets to say. She jumps in the car and she goes, "The seat is sticky." Why is it sticky? That is good. And oh man, I was laughing so hard after that one.
Oh, you know what was a good line too? Is shoot for the moon, even if you miss, you'll something stars. Anthony Burke is a fun
I love doing all the echo logs for Gage. That was really fun. They were really fun.
Yeah, the echo logs were fun.
Yeah.
What was? Do you know?
Oh, what was one of her lines from the? She's like, her dad comes while she's building the robot, and she says, "No, Dad, I do not want any hot chocolate. I'm a serious scientist." Oh God, that's actually really good. After she drinks the hot chocolate.
That's cute.
We have time for one final question, so it has to be a good one. If it's not a good one, we will shame you.
No.
Publicly.
I-
Worse.
I'd like to go with you, but I'm going to take the guy with the hat in the back over here.
So we all know that, like, in the early PS1, PS2 era, some voice acting was, kind of interesting. My favorite example is Silent Hill 2, one of my favorite games. James Sunderland is very, kind of distant. Yeah, I might have had some of those feelings. What's your favorite kind of acting from a game or movie that you've seen like that?
Did you like the acting or no?
There's some ambiguity there.
Some like voice acting that the general public would consider bad, but you think is very funny.
Again, ambiguity. Cleared up.
What is a man?
Yes.
Well, everybody keeps crapping on Jon St. John's performances and everything he does, but I don't think he's that bad.
Yes, I am that bad.
Have you ever heard him talk? It's awful.
Didn't you say I'm not terrible?
That was intentional.
You, man.
What have you done?
That really went sideways. I did not expect that.
Yeah. I love bad movies. I love bad movies. I love things that are just awful that you're watching. I mean, case in point, our video game here today it was kind of watchable, but it was a huge train wreck. And you can't take your eyes off it. I love sitting in the afternoon watching a movie that comes on television, and I can't believe it ever actually was made as a movie. Normally you would turn something off if it was just a little boring or a little bad or not, you'd switch the channel. But if something is truly atrociously,
Room.
oh my
The Room?
God, yeah, The
You seen
Room.
The Room? That's-
Yeah,
yeah.
The Room, something of that nature. Then, oh, hi, Mark. You can't, Well, Howard the Duck has one of my favorite lines from Jeffrey Jones, which is, "She took my eggs." That's just, I love that. But if you've seen Howard the Duck, you know. If you haven't, you're among the majority of the United States. So. This has been a wonderful time, guys. Thank you all for coming. This has been Voiceapalooza.
I'm here too. Not talking to me.
We'll all be downstairs, so come visit us, okay?
Can I say something real quick? I'm only here for one more hour, and then I have to get back on a plane to New York. So if
Go
you want to
see
come see me,
Martha.
come see me at my table.
Do it now.
I have to leave at 1:30.
Come see
Thanks,
us.
you guys.
Yes.
Kick some ass.